that he will go down once a week to have darshan. Tamal Krishna told me. No, Prabhupada corrected. I shall go daily in the morning at 7 and I will stay there half an hour or more. Guru Puja, those who are visitors, they can see me there. And for lecturing on Sunday, I shall lecture. You can fix up which time. But Sunday, I shall speak from Bhagavatam. This is the general program. And if something special is required, that is another thing. So, what is the use of inviting visitors here? So, what is the use of inviting visitors here? I agree with that policy, I said. What do you think, Dr. Sharma? Prabhupada asked the eminent cardiac surgeon who was sitting with us and had been a chief guest at the Pandal. I agree, Dr. Sharma replied. Some very urgent or
So,
special.
if you remember, Prabhupada is really in his last few months. That's the reason he is making these plans. Otherwise, every day he would give class. Correct?
Okay.
This is in 1977. What? Around April, May, around that time. The last year that Prabhupada was on this planet.
Okay. I'll continue, Prabhu.
Yes, please, Prabhu.
I agree, Dr. Sharma replied. Some very urgent or special thing, then it can be done, otherwise not. Generally, Prabhupada continued, people come to visit. How are you? How are you feel? How you are feeling? And it takes half an hour even. What is the use of wasting time like that? How are you? How are you? Everyone knows that I am not feeling well. They can come in.
Do you remember a similar kind of conversation that you are familiar with often?
With Maharaj?
Who would do this?
No, I don't remember.
Prabhu, obviously Maharaj.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you, man? What is this, man? How are you? How are you? Many times you have
Yeah.
done that. In the
Yes,
class
yes.
also you would say.
Yes. Even person is on the hospital bed and we'll go and ask, how are you?
You will be really irritated with it, isn't it?
Yes, standard this thing.
Say you ask the
No,
doctor, how are you?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mat.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's not only people go and meet, people even call up when you're not well in hospital to the patient itself. That how are you? To ask them, I am. This is crazy. I mean, you're asking a patient how are you and calling in, and I mean, I have experienced this recently, so it's really irritating.
Yeah, yeah. No, they actually, you know what? When people are asking, how are you? They actually want to hear that I am not keeping well. That is what they want to hear. That is the reason they are asking, how are you?
So the other person is happy, huh?
Yeah, they become happy when you say, I am not at all well. That is the main thing. By default, people asking means that is what it means. But if you do the opposite, no, they will become unhappy. Even if you are not well, that's why Maharaj used to say, even if you are not well, you tell that I am well, I am all right, I'm doing very well. It will irritate the other person. Second thing, actually, Maharaj said that is called auto suggestion. There is a technique in the mind with the mind that when you keep telling that I am all right, I am all right, I am fine, I am well, then naturally the body will become all right.
Yes.
Somebody will say, oh, you need surgery. Then you keep on thinking, oh, I need a surgery, I need a surgery. Then your whole mind will act on the body. And the body will want to be cautious and all that. Not that you have to be reckless, but you just ignore those things and then say that I am fine. The idea.
But bro, having said
Okay.
that,
Yes,
I mean
I
to say,
think.
Sorry, one second, one by one. Yeah.
Yeah, Mataji, go ahead, please.
No, I was saying that I have seen this therapy used by Prabhuji itself. When he was in Pune and having a high fever temperature, he was going around giving lectures in Hinjawadi and then again at Viman Nagar, and he was traveling. It was like he was really not well, but still he was doing all these things. I think he was using the same therapy with himself. This is about Kalacakra Prabhu itself.
My God, I don't know if I will get the bhakti that Maharaj wanted us to get, but at least this part Maharaj was very particular. But, go against the mind's dictations. So that's an impact of how Bhagavatam works in your life. My tendency is little different, but it's a bit crooked, you know. When somebody wants me to be, wants to hear that I'm not happy, I'm not well, you know, if I say I am not well, they will become happy. Why should I make them happy?
True.
Right? There's no point in making somebody happy, especially those who don't want you to be happy. Why do you want to make them happy? And those who want you to be happy, if you tell them that I'm all right, then they will be happy.
They'll be happy.
Right?
Yeah,
In all ways it is. That's why
but the
Bhakti
other,
Sansar
the other person, but the other person might say, "But Prabhu, I heard that you're not keeping well." So then, what do you say?
So, yeah, you tell them that yes, what you heard is wrong. So the other person who told him, because he also didn't want you to be well, so he will also get. So every
But
single person
Prabhuji
who
does
didn't want
do.
you to be.
Chain
Sorry,
chain
Mataji.
reaction.
No,
Um,
I'm saying that do people really think like that he should not be happy? I mean, that
in
is
a
very.
subtle, in a Mataji, in a subtle way, this happens actually. When you say not, they don't want you to be well. It's not only on the bodily platform. If you are
Uh-huh,
prospering in bhakti, that
uh-huh,
also people don't want to
uh-huh.
see. That is why that is repeated multiple times in Bhagavatam. In Kunti's
Okay.
prayers also, Smaranti, Nandanti Tava Ihitam Janaha. It's very difficult actually to see someone else prospering in bhakti nicely.
Okay. Mm.
We will accept it only if that so and so person is having good opinion and considering us as their what do you call that preceptor, shiksha guru, whatever. Maybe to a certain extent. It's a very subtle thing, Mataji. It is. I'm not saying there is no. It's actually a reality that not everybody is very rare people. I'm not saying everybody is like that. Very rare people will be free of that tumor called envy or whatever. But in a subtle way, it can be there. So better just you tell. That's why I told you. If you say even if you are not well, if you say that you are all right, then those who want you to be all right will be happy, right? And those who don't want you to be all right will not be happy.
Yeah.
Why to make someone happy who don't want you to be happy?
Prabhu, there is mixed thing. Like if we are in the association, those people will call us the devotees. But of course, like if you are into office life or like how do I say it? But then they will ask you. So some of them uh, genuinely they might be they are your well wishers. Like
Yeah.
spiritually, yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Can you say spiritually, Prabhu? Spiritually also, don't say anybody and everybody. Very few only will be having that.
Yeah, I agreed as you said, because if you're doing spiritual well also people won't like that also. as you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. And you say that, you are doing a nice congregation preaching or doing some nice project or whatever. Naturally, people will be appreciating you. And when people appreciate you, even if they are devotees, I mean, those who are observing, even if they are devotees, not everybody will be happy. And how will you notice that? They will find some faults.
Yes, agreed.
Criticism and fault finding are a manifestation of that subtle envy only. But by and large, we cover it up with uh, this covering called compassion, well-being, well-wisher, etc. But really, well-wishers don't do that always. They just tell when it is when they are observing something, but they just forget about it out of this thing. So it's a very thin line that demarcates between someone who is trying to correct us as a well-wisher and someone trying to fulfill their sense gratification by finding faults in us. But one thing that we have to also see is that in order for our own spiritual progress, we should not see everybody as envious. Even seeing everybody as envious of us is also a disease, really, and it affects mental disease. It is. We will see everybody as a enemy or no something like that. Then it haunts us. On the other hand, it is true in this world. It's a statement. The statement from Bhagavatam and our shastras and our spiritual predecessors. It's all true that everybody in this world is envious of each other. But you don't have to go and brood over it. Yes, it is a natural thing that everybody has. Everybody, like for example, we say everybody has a body. Everybody is like when everybody was getting corona disease, we were just accepting it as a matter of fact. No,
Yes.
it's like that.
Yes.
We said, it's a short time, it will go away, don't worry. That's how we saw that.
Mm.
Same way, this envy also, it will not be there with someone forever. It will go away. For whatever reason they had it, it will go away. It is not the constitutional position of the soul. The envy, pride, and all these things are the position of the gross and subtle bodies. So that way we have to ignore them as that's why that Atma Sakshatkar, when we say self-realization, means not only that realizing that I am soul, I am the Atma, but also realizing all others also as Atma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. Prabhu, you want to continue? It's a nice discussion here.
Yeah, I'll continue. How are you? Everyone knows that I'm not feeling well. They can come in the morning, Tamal Krishna said. Yes, if they actually want to see me, I'm going there, they can see me. For half an hour, more than half an hour, and for talking. There is no need of talking, how are you, how you're feeling. This is not talking. Instead, they can buy some of your books downstairs, Gargamuni said. This is waste of time, Prabhupada continued. At least I want to stop this to answer all these things. How are you? That will conserve a great deal of energy if you don't have to meet with people, Tamal Krishna said. And balance time saved, I can do work. That's good, Tamal Krishna said. Practically everyone has Sunday as a holiday. So if they want to hear you speak, they are all free to come Sunday. Yes, this is the general program. And if there is something special, that we shall do. I'm all right so long I'm able to write. I do not stop writing books unless I'm not all right. So generally, arrange like that. and specifically, we shall meet once daily, half an hour to 1 hour. There is no difficulty, but not continually people coming. That is bad.
One line is very beautiful here. I am all right so long I am able to write. I do not stop writing books unless I am not all right. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes,
And I was just seeing one small short or whatever, read or whatever, that Prabhupada's last words. He's lying down and they are keeping that dictaphone very close to his mouth. What is that word Prabhupada exactly says? Krishna is controlling everything. Krishna is in charge of everything. And this consciousness is Krishna consciousness. I think that's the last word that he spoke. Last words.
But it was very heart-wrenching, Prabhuji, to see those videos when he was not well and during his last. I mean, very, very, I mean, sensitive.
Very painful to see them. Yeah.
Yes, yes. The way he was that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is the reality also, right? We cannot cover up. I also felt very, very upset to see that those last few videos of Prabhupada. But actually, it is important to see them. Important to see them. That to make us realize
the way he
how much he was really working. Yeah, how much he was working.
True.
Hey. Yes, so who wants to read from here?
If nobody's there, I can continue. Okay.
I will continue after some time. Yeah. No, you continue because I am cooking in kitchen.
No worries, Mataji. So then Srinikaru, you continue one more page.
Okay, bro. I agree with that, I said. Actually, people respect that, Srila Prabhupada. Krishna added. It is not unusual that someone should have a program like that. People take advantage of your compassion and mercy. They used to come 2 or 3 hours every evening and sit. Prabhupada had previously complained to me about people coming and wasting his time, but he had said that if he stopped holding his darshan hours, people would complain. Oh, Swamiji has become a big man now. He has no time for us, he had said. Maybe when I move to my new quarters, but clearly here too, even without his having darshan hours, we would have to make arrangements to keep visitors away so that he could do his work and conserve his energy.
I remember there was one lecture where so as Mahavishnu Maharaj was talking about one situation in Rajkot. Actually, I was there that time also. One lady used to come, Gujarati lady. She used to come. I think she would bring her grandson or whatever, and she would come and talk to Maharaj in Gujarati. And she would keep telling, oh, my grandfather was like this. He would get up very early in the morning. He would do puja. He would do all this, japa, this, that, etc. So daily she would come and spend half an hour, 1 hour of Maharaj time and say, sitting and talking about her own grandfather. Maharaj tolerated once, twice. Then he started telling, man, we are busy with Bhagavatam. We are not here to listen to your dada, dadi, and all those stories, your own stories. If you want to come here, sit and read Bhagavatam. Why waste our time and waste your time also? You have the right to waste your time, but you don't have a right to waste my time. So that's how Maharaj used to really ignore them, He has a very interesting way of ignoring people who waste his time. He would simply, when they waste, simply say, okay, let's take out Bhagavatam. And then automatically after they will just sit for some time and then they will walk away. They were thinking Maharaj was like just sitting there and nothing much to do. Really, they don't understand. That's exactly what is happening, Prabhupada also here. This is another thing
Maharaj
about.
says to say, take out Bhagavatam, we will immediately run away.
Yeah, they will run away.
Yeah, I remember, bro.
Yes.
Maharaj used to say, like, you all are calling me one by one. It is like 10 different mouths, but mine is only one mouth. So, that way, Maharaj
For them, it is
energy
only
was
10 minutes. For him, it
Yes,
is
yes.
like 10 such people means 2 hours gone.
2 hours gone. Yes, yes. Very true.
Yes, bro, please continue.
Oh, Swamiji has been, oh, sorry. Okay. I think I shall be able to work from today, Prabhupada said. Now I have got very nice place, full freedom. So there will be no difficulty. I suggested that he need not begin coming at 7 in the morning now, that he could hold off for some days if he wanted to rest more and gain strength. No, I can go, he said, provided the lift is working, and everyone laughed. Otherwise, I shall be obliged. What can be done?
How many of you have seen this last days in Manor? That was his last trip outside of India. I think around in September, October, or something like that, or just some little while before his departure, final departure. Devotees would be carrying Prabhupada in a chair or palanquin, whatever, in the stairs to the in the manor. Manor, there will be ground floor. Then there is stairs that goes to his room, Prabhupada's room, huge, beautiful room. So they would be carrying him up. It's a circular thing. It's a winding stairs, but somehow they would carry him. It's a very poignant image. I think I saw in a video also, if I'm not wrong. So that is how it was with Prabhupada's last days. Now we have lift everywhere, but those days it was a luxury. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
Gargamuni asked Prabhupada if he would be taking his morning walk. Walking should be stopped at least for some time, and if I walk, I may walk on the roof. The lift doesn't go up to the roof, though, Gargamuni said. We can take you by palanquin, I suggested.
Just talking about it.
No, one story I can go, Prabhupada said. Not now, but I can go. You are trying so much for my comfort. I do not know whether I shall be able to repay you. Then I shall try my best. It is not possible to repay my debt to you. You are so kind. I can simply pray to Krishna to give his blessings to you so that you may remain very steady in devotional service and preach this cult all over the world. Otherwise, I have no other means. Without your help, I could not do anything. You are very much kind. Kindly continue your cooperation. Paropkar. This is the moment for Paropkar.
Beautiful words, no?
Beautiful words, yes. This is Prabhupada is saying to His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj.
Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Gargamuni.
Okay.
No, I suggested is actually Giriraj Maharaj. He is telling to all of them, of course. They are all around him. Gargamuni, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, everybody. So he is telling to all of them.
Okay, Srila Prabhupada is telling to all the disciples who are there.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Prabhupada's words melted our hearts and made us feel even more obliged to him, that we could never repay our debt.
See, Prabhupada said that, but because he was telling that truly from his heart, he made everyone else feel that way towards him. Sacharya. So anyone else wants to read from here?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, then the pranams.
Hello.
Yeah. When Prabhupada asked how the activities were progressing in various places, Dhananjaya reported that everything in Vrindavan was improving nicely. If you become nice devotee, everything will be improved, Prabhupada said. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschashmi tattvataha. The more you increase your devotional service, the more everything will be increased. Who expected such a temple here? Narayan Nair wanted from me 14 lakhs. I had no 1400 even. With so much difficulty. With so much difficulty, we collected the money. Balimardan sent from New York 10 lakhs. Giriraj, you were here from the very beginning. No, at that time you were in Calcutta. I came after about 2 weeks, I replied. Our Tamal Krishna Maharaj refused to take charge. Prabhupada continued. Visa. Also, I was a little hopeless. Then Brahmananda encouraged me. I will do it. But then he was silent. Nayar's policy was where he will get this money from. He's a beggar. 14 lakhs. Whatever he gives, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, that's all. Swallowed. I told him frankly that I have no such money. Immediately, I can collect 4 lakhs. I shall give you 2 lakhs against your amount, and 2 lakhs I shall spend for construction. Of course, within 3 years, I shall fill up. He thought that whatever comes, 2 lakhs, 1 lakh, I would not be able. I knew that I had no money, but I never thought I shall not be able to do. That I was confident. So it's a great history. So many things happened. It's all Radha Ras Bihari's Leela.
Mm.
Totally
These are such
depending on the
sweet
Lord.
words, no?
Yeah. Totally depending on Radha Ras Bihari only to
Whatever
get
comes,
all
I
the
would
money.
not be able to. I knew I know, but I never thought I shall not be able to. See how Prabhupada this right written
Confident.
in
matlab,
English in italics.
yeah.
It's highlighted. You see,
I shall not be able to. Matlab, but I never thought I shall not be able to do. Matlab, he was so confident anyhow Radha Ras Bihari will
Krishna will
get the
help.
money.
Definitely, Krishna will help because the desire is pure. Nothing for
Mm,
himself. Everything for the
mm,
Lord. See,
mm.
now you see the next paragraph Maharaj explains so nicely.
Yeah, correct. Prabhupada was confident because of his faith in and surrender to Lord Krishna. As he had explained in a talk in Vrindavan a year earlier, in Bombay, now the land is worth 1 crore of rupees. And when I purchased this land, I had maybe 3 or 4 lakhs. So it was completely speculation. But I was confident that I shall be able to pay. Krishna will give me. Hmm. That's how devotee should be. Rakshati iti vishwaso.
Mm.
He turned to Swarup Damodara. Now, next program, yours. Make a strong party and travel extensively all over the world amongst the scientists. And whatever amount is required, I shall spend. What do you expect monthly expenditure will be? Without any difficulty for a whole party, how many you want to travel? To start with, Sarup Damodara said, 3 of us should travel. 3 scientists can travel together. And if it is necessary, you are recruiting other scientists also? Yes. Supposing you were recruiting, Tamal Krishna asked, how many would you make ideally as a team? About 5 will be ideal. A bigger group will be too expensive and sometimes, no, make 5, Prabhupada said. Yes, 5. Recruit 2 others and make it at least 5 and travel all over the world. All institutions, all universities, all scientists. If you have got commodity, deliver. If not, a bluff, gold manufacturing. It is not that, actual fact. That day, your presentation was very nice. Any scientist will be convinced by such presentation, learned speeches. So now at least 5 men and estimate what will be the expenditure. I shall arrange. Don't worry. For expenditure, there is no worry. What will be the rough expenditure? It will depend on what part of the world we are traveling, Swarup Damodar replied. You travel all over the world. Why part of the world? We are not preaching part.
See how Prabhupada
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Why part of the world? We are not preaching part. We have to preach the whole world.
Mm.
Prithvi te ache yana nagaradi grama. We are concerned. Nothing shall be left over. Tamal Krishna Maharaj can give us hints how much it costs. He has some experience in traveling. Maybe $10,000. Tamal Krishna answered. Sanctioned. Prabhupada stated. I will give you 10,000. Do it. This is solid work. Yes, it must be done without any hesitation, without any impediment. That will increase the prestige of our movement. Although Prabhupada was satisfied with his new quarters, he still had one concern, noise related to his personal staff. He wanted silence so he could focus on his work. He told a story about a husband whose wife's tinkling bracelets disturbed him. The man took away one bangle, but still ting, ting, ting. Then he took away another bangle, and again ting, ting, ting. Another bangle, still ting, ting, ting. Not until there was only one bangle was there, no ting, ting, ting. So remain always one and read books, he said. Then there will be
This
no
is good.
noise. As soon as you
Very
become two,
nice.
ting, ting, ting. That I don't want. Prabhupada always gives very good examples. He
No,
makes
actually,
everything so simple. Hmm.
this is from Bhagavatam. It's
Hmm.
one of the gurus of the Avadut Brahmana.
Hmm.
He tells the 24 gurus, no? In that,
Hmm.
actually, Prabhupada is bringing this character of husband here, but there,
Hmm.
that story, it was not about the husband. Of course, husband means the bride's groom people were there in the house, and the parents of the girl had gone out to do some purchase. So the girl is inside doing this bangle, this thing, work, and that bangle sound was happening. The bangle hitting each other, the sound was happening. She was pounding the floor inside. So that's why I always remain one. That line is actually Eka eva chare tasmat kaumari kankanaha.
Hmm.
Always remain
Hmm.
one, just like the example of the bride's bangles.
Hmm.
So Prabhupada's
No, no. What
always
did Prabhuji? Prabhuji? What do you mean? What
Harimataji.
did he mean? What did he mean by remain one bangle? Matlab,
So
He
what was the
was
two
meaning?
people are there, they will
means
be
he
talking.
was saying when you are studying shastras and all, or doing service thing, especially sadhana and all these things, don't if you have somebody next to you or around you, you will indulge in some unnecessary talks. The verse goes like this:
Mm-hmm.
Vase bahunam kalaha bhavet vartha dvayorapi eka eva chare tasmat kumari miva kankanaha. So what it means is vase bahunam kalaho. If many people are staying together, there will always be some argument, unnecessary. You did this, etc., etc. You are not doing this, you did this, etc. So that is vase bahunam kalaha. Kalaha means a fight, unnecessary quarrels,
Right.
fight, arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Bhaved varta dvayorapi. Even if two people are there, unnecessary waste of time discussions will be there. Bhaved
Talks.
varta.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have to
Mm-hmm.
really keep quiet, silent, and be yourself, that meditate deeply on Krishna, eka eva chare tasmad. You said always learn to remain alone.
Alone.
Alone means in heart. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just physically alone. Even mentally also, we should try to keep ourselves aloof. And when you are alone, only we can spend more time with Krishna. When you're together with someone else, it's a bit challenging to be with Krishna. That togetherness of that other person will make us happy, or it will give a good experience. You will feel like a majaya, like that. But then it's not always, it is possible when the medium of interaction between the two souls is Bhagavad medium. Either the book Bhagavatam or the principles of Bhagavatam in terms of the exchanges, loving exchanges, right? When it is not there, then it becomes tu my kind of a thing. So that is why Bhagavatam always advises us that at least for some time you keep yourself free and be alone with Krishna. That's when you can calmly think about the services for Krishna. Maharaj gave a very nice example of this. I think we discussed this in one of our sessions in the past, which are sessions. There is this example of what is that? His name Stevenson, Thomas Stevenson or something. Huh? Stevenson, who found the trains. So steam engine, he is a Scottish man. and he used to be in the Scotland, that side. So he was actually alone. His wife had gone out or whatever for some time, so he was alone. And because he was alone, nobody was there to make anything to him. He went to the kitchen and he made the tea himself. He boiled those tea leaves. Those days they boiled the tea leaves to get the tea thing, no? So he boiled the tea leaves. And when the boiling thing happened, these leaves started jumping. From that, he got the idea of a steam engine.
Oh.
He thought that, steam makes the things move. So I can, with the help of the steam, I can make things move.
Oh, wow.
So Maharaj said, this is how any invention, it was because they were alone. Newton was also alone when the apple fell down. If someone else was there, they would have been more busy about who will take that apple to eat. Right?
Yes.
Maharaj said this, all great inventions happened when somebody was alone. They could find it. To explain, you may need somebody. You may go and explain to somebody as a group or whatever. But finding things, it has to be. Or for us, the research, finding means research. So for us also, the thing is we are researching these great literatures, great scriptures. So we need that quiet time with Krishna.
True.
So Prabhuji,
Yes.
when we
Let's
are
read.
on this,
Yes.
when we are on this, actually, you can see that Prabhupada is so much concerned about how to reach the message of Bhakti Yoga all over the world. So he's always 24 by
Even
7
now,
only he's
frankly
thinking of
speaking,
this.
this is his last days. So that's why he's making these arrangements that you go around the world, you go and take care of this. Even from here on till the rest of the book, you will see the winding pastimes of Prabhupada. This is actually his own as Giriraj Maharaj's personal record of his days with Prabhupada. So he is not just stopping with how the Juhu temple is built alone. He is continuing on because he will also go to Vrindavan and be with Prabhupada for some time, the last days. So he gives a very, very poignant and very moving account of those final days also. So it's very important that we, it may not be very palatable, but then still it is very important to go through because Prabhupada is giving the best of all lessons, how to leave the body, how to leave this world, how Bhishma Dev was doing, like that. So,
Yes, Prabhuji. And another thing is that he's always talking to Satswarup Maharaj, Goswami, and clarifying. Always, he's very fond of Satswarup because he's a scientist, and he keeps discussing, calling him, talking to
because
him
Maharaj
as a
Prabhupada,
scientist.
because Maharaj was from that background, Prabhupada, that is one thing that Prabhupada didn't get direct support in the beginning days. A little bit he got, but not someone who is like officially qualified and PhD and those kind of things. So while he was always bold in his arguments with the scientists and all, end of the day he would say that, see, I can do these things, but I don't have, they will not respect me because officially I don't have a degree like you or a doctorate or whatever. So he said, instead, more than me, they will respect you when you speak because you are speaking with an authority. To that extent, Prabhupada was very humble in putting himself in a thing and pushing his disciple forward. So in the last days, this is not the only thing. He would speak very fondly with Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and when Jayapatak Maharaj comes, he will talk. Now onwards, everybody will come, all the leaders will come and offer their respects and so on. So Prabhupada will keep appreciating their services so nicely with one by one,
Yes,
So we will also see how Prabhupada is talking to Srinathji Prabhu. That is a very another moving episode, moving section. So it will be really very moving and very heart-wrenching, in fact.
Touching.
But then it's
Okay.
important. It's very important to meditate on this particular section, this particular pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mother, you were saying something?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. No, I was also telling that Prabhupada realizes that all these people in this age only believe on science. So we require scientists to go out and prove to them. That's why he is also insisting, you all go whatever
Yes,
money you want, I will give.
that is true. That is very true. Because one thing is that Prabhupada was focusing more on the youths. He captured the youths. And to capture the youths, you need to have that scientific conviction, scientific background to convince them. And that is why our movement is successful even now. See, for example, you take someone like, say, Radhesham Prabhu or Gaurang Prabhu, for example. They both are IIT graduates. Now, when they become this thing full-time and they are teaching, when they are preaching, and they question, they will know how the science, the people with the science background, how they think, right? And because how they will think, they will say, they will accept someone with that authority, with that, say, a degree or that background or that knowledge or whatever. So that is just Prabhupada said, you just use it. But to Sarup Damodar Maharaj also, he said, you use this thing in Krishna service. Everything can be used in Krishna service. Only thing is that we should not get sold out to that. That see, they are respecting me because I am a scientist. No. You always accept that the spiritual master's mercy is what is flowing through. These degrees and all are of no use if the spiritual master or Krishna decide to withdraw their mercy, withhold their mercy. So the disciple thinks. Okay, let's continue.
Can I read, Prabhu?
Yeah, please
Yes,
continue, Mother.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. January, September 1977. No, it won't happen, Tamal Krishna assured him. If anyone comes to see me, I'll go out of the apartment. Yes, you can make reception there at the elevator shaft. Yes, in this way arrange, it should remain always quiet and serene. These are your quarters, no one else should come. And we shall arrange for seeing our own men at the time that we shall see. But the principle should be silence. Then it will be all right. I will be free to work. Very good. We'll see to that, Srila Prabhupada. The next morning, without notice, Prabhupada came down to the temple room.
Saying here. See what Prabhupada is saying, and we shall arrange for seeing our own men at a time. What does that mean? That we shall see. He's telling the disciples, the devotees, the leaders. You understand? Prabhupada, these are all spoken by Prabhupada. This last, this thing, right? This part. This is actually Tamal Krishna Maharaj. These are your quarters. No one else should come. And then Prabhupada is saying, and we shall arrange for seeing our own men at a time. That we shall see. But the principle should be silence. Then it will be all right. I will be free to work. That's Prabhupada is saying. Then Tamal Krishna Maharaj is saying, very good. We'll see to that, Srila Prabhupada. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we should, it's a very bit tricky because they haven't put the names there, but in the context, we should understand how it is going, who is speaking what. And this is the usual way of writing down. They don't put everything, Tamal Krishna Maharaj is this, like that. In some books, they have written like that for clarity, which is also good. But this is the normal way of writing any novel. Okay, let's continue. Yes, Mataji.
The next morning, without notice, Prabhupada came down to the temple room. A few devotees and I hurried to remove his pictures from the Vyasasana, so he could sit. And although many of the devotees were absent, when news spread that Prabhupada was there, they ran to join him.
This is very funny, no? I hurried to remove his picture from the Vyasas so he could sit. Isn't it really funny that I remember Her Grace Daivi Shakti Mataji speaking in the Golden Jubilee week, that is in April 1st week, Golden Jubilee of Vrindavan. So she gave an amazing class. I think I had forwarded that also in the group. She said that the deity of Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sitting next to the Gaurnita is in the Vrindavan temple, no? Krishnamurti temple. Mataji said that's the only deity of Prabhupada that was installed by Prabhupada himself.
Oh.
No other temple deities were installed directly by Prabhupada, installed by after Prabhupada's departure. But Prabhupada personally installed his own deity there in the altar. And she said sometimes he would call out for the servant and say, bring me a plate from the altar. And which altar, man? Which plate, Prabhupada? No, my plate in the altar. You offered to Prabhupada, you offered to me. No, bring it. So that personal servant will run to the deity, the priest, Pujari, and he will ask him, Prabhupada is asking for his plate. Which plate? Offering is going on. How can I give? Arey man, you are offering to Prabhupada only, but Prabhupada himself is asking for the plate. Come on. So then they will give. So that is a very funny thing. So I just reminded of it when I read this. I hurried to remove his picture from the Vyasasana so he could sit. So in other words, this is a very interesting thing that when Prabhupada is there also, they were keeping his pictures in the Vyasasana when he was not coming to the temple. Interesting. Okay, let's continue. So see again he told that he will come after 7 or whatever. Suddenly he comes early itself. He gives a surprise to them. So this is a really nice thing. Let's continue.
The next morning, without notice, Prabhupada came down to the temple room.
You read this. We'll read from here. After Guru Puja.
After the Guru Puja, Prabhupada spoke to console the devotees. He said that he was sorry he couldn't come down more often and that he wanted to cook for them and serve them. On Sunday, he would cook a feast and invite them up to his quarters. I shall come daily to the temple, he said, and I shall remain up to 8 for our darshan and talk, if there are any. Generally, every day it will be done. And on Sunday, you can fix up sometime. I will speak in the evening. And then Krishna's desire, as he likes. But for the time being, these arrangements.
So those days, you will see one thing that there will be many things that will be discussed. Like Prabhupada will say, you do like this, I will come this time, I will come that time. But the situation was pretty precarious. Like every day was not the same as far as Prabhupada's health was concerned. One day he will speak like this, the very next day he will be literally lying down. And these are things which is totally uncontrollable. You cannot, like it was not like the early days when Prabhupada would stretch himself. He had stretched so much that it has come to this point much sooner. Maybe many devotees used to say, if he had not stretched that much, this day would have, this particular period would have come a little later. That's of course our speculation, but what I mean is Prabhupada really worked to death. It's not work till death. He worked so much that the death came faster. That's what it means. I see Chanchalpati Prabhu raising your hand, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Dhanatram. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you were talking about Srila Prabhupada, deity with Srila Prabhupada himself installed. Is the one on the left side of the before Gaurnita deity?
Yeah, the two deities are there, no? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Bhakti Prabhupada. Both the deities are there next to Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, no?
Okay.
In the altar.
Okay. I was thinking
That is what he installed. That is what he installed, not the one on the Vyasasan. That was made after Prabhupada's departure. There will be one small this thing where in the Vyasasan Prabhupada is sitting, right? When you face the deities and you turn left, Prabhupada's deity will be there.
Prabhuji, I was thinking that one.
No, not that one. This is the in the next to Gaurangavan, next to Nityananda Prabhu, the two deities are there. No.
Yes, I got it now.
That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's read. It's a very beautiful explanation of Guru Puja. Next couple of paragraphs. It's really nice. Let's try to at least go up to that point. Chitra Mataji?
Anybody? Yeah, I'm there. Anybody else wants to read?
Yeah, anyone else wants to read?
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Yes. Yep.
The Guru Puja from here, na?
Yeah.
No, from
Then Prabhupada spoke.
that significance of Guru Puja. What is that verse? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Just recite the one before that. Prema Bhakti Yaha Haite Avidya Vinachayate. Someone said. The necessity is Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti Yaha Haite Avidya Vinachayate Divya Gyan. What is that Divya Gyan? Divya means transcendental, not material. Apo Divyam. Pure combination of matter and spirit. That spirit is Divya, transcendental. Aparayam itastu vidhi me prakritim para. That is para prakriti, superior. And for understanding that superior identity, we require superior knowledge, not ordinary knowledge. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. This is the duty of the Guru, to awaken that Divya Gyan. And because the Guru enlightens with Divya Gyan, he is worshipped. That is required. To those who are in Maya, that Divya Gyan is never manifested. They are kept in the darkness of Avidya Jnana. I am this body. Adivya Gyan. I am this body. I am Indian. I am American. I am Hindu. I am Muslim. This is Adivya Gyan. Dehatma Buddhi. Yasyatma Buddhi Kunape Trid Dhatuke. He was referring to Srimad Bhagavatam 10:84-13. Yasyatma Buddhi Kunape Trid Dhatuke Swadhi Kalpradishu Hauma Iya Dhiya.
Ijyadi.
Ijyadhi. Yat Tirtha Buddhi Salile Na Kar Hichid. Jnaneshva Abhijnesu Sa Eva Go. One who identifies this body made of three elements with his self, who considers the byproduct of the body to be his kinsman, who considers his land of birth worshipable, and who goes to a place of pilgrimage simply to take a bath rather than meet men of transcendental knowledge, there is to be considered no better than a cow or an ass. I am not
This
this body.
Prabhupada's most quoted verse. It is one of the most quoted verses. Yes, Prabhu.
I am not this body, Prabhupada continued. So the beginning of Divya Gyan is there when we try to understand that I am not this body. I am superior element. I am a spirit soul. This body is inferior. So why should I remain in this inferior knowledge? We should not remain in the inferior knowledge. Inferior knowledge means darkness. Tamoshi Ma. The Vedic injunction is don't remain in the inferior knowledge. Jyotirgama. Come to the superior knowledge. So we worship the Guru because he gives us superior knowledge. Not how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex life and depend. Generally the political leaders, social leaders, they give this knowledge. How to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, how to depend. A Guru has no business with these things. He gives Divya Gyan, superior knowledge that is required. This human form of life is an opportunity to awaken that Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. And if a person is kept in darkness about that Divya Gyan, if he is simply trained up how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, and how to defend, then life will be lost. That is a great loss. Mrityu Samsar Vartmani. Aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsar vartamani. Gita 9.3. It is a very risky life if we do not awaken our Divya Gyan. We should always remember this. Very risky life. Once again thrown into the waves of birth and death. We do not know where we are going. Very serious. This Krishna consciousness is Divya Gyan. It is not ordinary knowledge. Everyone should try to understand this Divya Gyan. Devim Prakritim Ashritam. Therefore, one who is interested in this Divya Gyan, he is called Devim Prakritim Ashritam. From Devi, Divya comes, the Sanskrit word. From Devi, Divya, adjective. So, Mahatmanas to Mam Partha, Devim Prakritim Ashrita. Gita 9.13. One who has taken to...
Now you see how Prabhupada is connecting this Daivi Maya and Divya. Anytime devotees ask, oh, Daivi Maya means, so how come Mahatmas are under Daivi Maya? No, but Daivi Prakriti is actually Divya Prakriti. Yes, Prabhu.
One who has taken to this Divya Gyan process, he is Mahatma. Mahatma is not made by stamping for receiving knowledge how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex. That is not the definition in the Shastra. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanman Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvam Iti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Gita 7.19. One who has got this Divya Gyan, Vasudeva Sarvam Iti, he is Mahatma. But that is very, very rare. Otherwise, Mahatmas like me, they are loitering in the street. That is their business. So you should always remember these words. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. And because the spiritual master enlightens with Divya Gyan, one feels obliged to him. Yasya Prasada Bhagvat Prasado Yasya Prasadam Na Gati Kutoki. This Guru Puja is essential. Just as deity worship is essential, it is not cheap adoration. It is the process of enlightenment of Divya Gyan. Thank you very much. Not
how an amazing explanation of that one line, and how beautifully Prabhupada is connecting that line and our Guru Ashtakam line. You see, no one can do that. Beautiful. That's the reason you are obliged to him. You are great. You are expected to be grateful to him. You are supposed to be pleased. You are supposed to please him. Why? Because Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashit. You see now why Prabhupada has made these two as the Mangalarti and the Darshanarti songs. Bhajans, I mean. Yes.
Not only did Srila Prabhupada give us his personal association and reassure us of his care, he also taught us how to love and serve him, even in his physical action.
We'll stop here. The next part from page 486 is delicate condition.
Only one question I have.
Yes, Mataji.
In one paragraph, 2-3 paragraph before this, it is mentioned who considers his land of work of God worshipable and who goes to the place of pilgrimage simply to take bath, rather than meet men of transcendental knowledge, is to be considered no better than a cow or a ass. But Prabhuji, when we go on pilgrimage, for example, Jagannath Puri, we don't meet any transcendental people with knowledge, right? We just go to take darshan, and so how to understand this line?
That is inferior. When we are going only for simply darshan and go take snan in Yamuna, whatever, that is inferior. Here they are talking about really highest form of bhakti, not any lower form. So,
but even if inferior, then still it is worth doing it, right? I mean, we should go to the pilgrimage, right?
No, you are supposed to go, but don't do it with this attitude once you know that there is a better way to do it. Right? Better way to respect or worship Mother Ganga is what? You go there, sit and discuss Bhagavatam like Shukadeva Goswami and Parishit Maharaj. That's what they were doing in the shores of Ganga.
But when we go for Rath Yatras, we don't have all these arrangements done, or anybody is there with us for the sharing the
No,
snacks.
you don't have to sit there and do it all the time. But if you see, what was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing in Jagannath Puri? He was daily going and hearing Bhagavatam from our Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Thakur or Haridas Thakur and Sanatan Goswami and all of them, no? So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, etc. Forget about that. Even during Rath Yatra, he did all the thing, everything, Kundicha Mahajan, everything was done. Then doing this thing, whole Rath Yatra was done. And then he comes and takes rest in the Jagannath Vallabh garden. What does he do there?
He reads. He reads, or I don't know.
No, you do, that king comes, no, Pataprudra.
Okay.
And what did he do?
He gives.
He comes and sings Gopika Geetam, no?
Yes, Gopi Geet.
Tapta Tavakatamritam Tapta Jivanam.
Yes. Okay.
He's hearing the whole Kadamrit, the Gopika Geetam. And when Prataparudra came to sing that thing, who inspired him to sing that? They just told the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Swarup Damodar and all told, you go in this way to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was very, very extremely eager to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? At that time when he went there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that it is Prataparudra, but he acted as if he didn't know.
Yeah.
And he wanted to hear Bhagavatam from him. And when actually he came to that verse, Savagatamritam, he hugged him. He embraced him. And he said, you are the Buri Jana, you are the Burita Jana. So there also he was listening to Bhagavatam only. And even when he was in the Rath Yatra, he was either doing Harinam Sankirtan or he was engaged in Seva or he was doing singing slokas from Bhagavatam. Right? So that is how we are supposed to be doing. We will do service. That service will be based on our Shastric mood. Not that, oh, I am going to Puri, I am going to have a nice time, etc., etc. No, the idea is to give Krishna a nice time by doing the service that will please him.
Right.
That is why that verse Prabhupada was very much insisting on that. Bhaumajyadi, they are just completely caught up with their own land. Oh, my land, I cannot leave and come. Tirtha Buddhi Salilena. Just going there, okay, I will go take a snan, my papa will be gone and I will come back and do my own enjoyment. In other words, all these visiting holy places or rivers, holy rivers and take snan there, etc., etc., they should make us better than what we were before. In other words, it should transform us. That transformation doesn't happen means it's that's why that words are so strong. He is no better than a cow or an ass.
Yes.
Our acharyas are very clear. Bhagavatam is very clear. There is no beating around the bush.
Yeah.
It's the other way around, na Prabhu. Like so many people, crores of people went to Kumbh Mela and came back without having any discussion.
Yeah, they were all just going. I know some of them were going like, man, 70,000-80,000 rupees one way ticket, Prabhu. Just to flying from Chennai to or Bangalore to Prayagraj. Just go take snan and come back and say, okay, I have taken snan, that's it.
Prabhu, ticket is
Then
70,
what?
80,000 and staying in that near to that Ram Darbar temple, I think one day some 1 lakh rupees or something was there.
Yeah, they were having all this money. You ask something for temple donation or some seva, they will not give.
Yes, yes.
I think somewhat that's what Prabhupada is upset in this paragraph we read. Na? Otherwise, Mahatmas like me, they are loitering in the street. Because who is the actual
Really,
Mahatma? The whole world is saying somebody else is the Mahatma, but Prabhupada here is giving the
yeah,
meaning of Mahatma.
yeah, real meaning of Mahatma. He lived and showed what is the real meaning of Mahatma. Initially, I used to have a lot of, as usual, this respectful thing towards the Gandhi and all. No, he's the one who is always coined as Mahatma and all that. So I would be wondering why Prabhupada is kind of so heavy on this person. At least some people were rectified by his thing, whatever. But then, as I heard about his other side of the stories, and even from many of the Gujaratis themselves, because Gandhi himself is a Gujarati. So many of those other Gujarati, they actually said he was the main cause of this independence getting disturbed and all these other things and all that. So, frankly speaking, people don't have a pure heart, They may be simple, whatever, trying to teach something, whatever. But in their politics and all those things, they just lost the boat. Um, they missed the point really, which actually Prabhupada is telling. So I actually my respect for Prabhupada grew when I realized the truth. When I heard the real truth behind whatever these Nehru, Gandhi, and all are doing, were all doing. No doubt they were doing predominantly whatever they were doing in terms of the say independence and all that. But then they created so much chaos from another perspective. So one has to hear these things with a open mind, Closed mind means no. Gandhi is perfect. He's the right person. Nobody should question anything about him. That is wrong. At the same time, nobody should have a preconceived notion that, "Hey, these guys are crazy guys. Because of them we are suffering," etc. That is also there. Prabhupada, while he was against such people, he was also appreciative whenever it came to something good about them that came up. So he was not like a biased person. He will call spade a spade. That's the point there. Right? Okay. We'll stop here. Krishna willing, will continue with our Vichar sessions. As I told you, next Saturday is Pandavanichal Ekadashi. Krishna willing, we will connect on that day for Vichar session.
Where we are
Okay.
stopping?
486 page number, Prabhu. 486. We have finished halfway into the page. That paragraph starts with "in his delicate condition." That will not. I will put it across. 486. You remember that. Now you put the message in the group. Okay. Thank you so much for joining even while you are traveling, Prabhu. Thank you everyone, Prabhu.